Manchester United have had a pretty good year. Under Ten Hag, they finished third in the Premier League at the end of this season, as well as winning the Caraboa Cup as well. And to be honest, that is pretty impressive, but I can do better. So today, I'm taking charge of Manchester United, and by the end of this video, I will be making them once again the best team in the world. But the ladder is making its return. I have to win the Caraboa Cup, the FA Cup, the Premier League, and the Champions League in that order. That way, by the end of this video, we'll have won everything with United. So this is the starting 11 I've loaded into, and let's be real, United's team is absolutely insane. They've got one of the best defensive midfielders in the world in Casemiro, one of the most informed players in the world in Marcus Rashford, and under Ten Hag, this team has got top 4 football and won a Caraboa Cup this year. I'd say that is pretty good going. But once upon a time, Manchester United was serial winners, winning every trophy possible. And that is exactly what I intend to make this team, a serial winning squad. And we're keeping the formation as it is. The 4-2-3-1 suits the players that they've got. It'd be stupid to meddle with it. But in real life, David De Gea's contract has run out, so one thing we're going to have to do this year is bring in a better goalkeeper. And we've got a lot of money to spend this year, 250 mil to spend in season 1. It's just a case of where we're going to actually put that money. Now, as I've already said, we need a new goalkeeper because David De Gea's contract's run out in real life, but I do have an idea on who to bring in. And to be honest, with how good Rashford's been this season for United, I'm not sure whether to keep him as a winger or convert him to a striker. To be honest, I think I'm going to take the gamble. It would only take him 2 weeks, and let's be honest, if it doesn't work out, we can always convert him back to a winger. And that does give Jadon Sancho the opportunity to shine in a United shirt. Now, I know some of you have mixed feelings, some of you really like him, some of you really don't like him, but we all saw what he was capable of at Dortmund, so I think it's worth giving him at least one season to prove what he can do. So to be honest, that brings me back to square one. We've got a striker in Rashford, we've got a winger in Sancho, so really is a question of where to put this money. What I'm going to do, I'm going to bring in a goalkeeper first, and then we'll revisit the team once we've sorted that problem out. Now, the keeper I'm going for is already linked with United. Andre Onana, who currently plays for Inter Milan. He's 26 years old, 83 rated. We all saw what an absolute beast this guy was in the Champions League final. I think this guy's perfect for United. And we agreed a fee that's actually cheaper than what's rumoured in real life, as we've only had to pay 37.5 million for him. And the next player I'm bringing to United is going to kill me. Mason Mount. He's leaving Chelsea this season. He's heavily linked with United, so it just makes sense. And I'm pretty sure we've just paid a lot less than United will in real life, as we've only spent 37 million on him. Mason Mount in a United shirt, man, it just doesn't feel right. But now that we brought Onana and Mount into the team, we need to properly look at it to see where we can actually improve it. Now, I'd like to leave the defence alone for one season at least. They've all proved this season how bloody good they can be. And obviously, we've got our front four sorted, so that just leaves our holding midfielder position. Now, as much as Eriksen's an absolute legend of the game, we do need to improve that position. He's 30 years old, 83 rated, and the player I'm thinking of bringing to the team is way better. We are bringing the big guns in season 1, Nicolo Barella, who currently plays for Inter Milan. He's 25 years old, 85 rated. It's just dawned on me, we're just stealing all of Inter Milan's players. And he is our most expensive signing yet, as we've just spent 70.7 million to bring Barella to Manchester United. Now, we do still have 55 mil to spend, but we're going to save that till January just in case I decide to make any changes. And that leaves the team looking like this for our first season in charge of Manchester United. And let's be honest, this team is absolutely cracked, man. There's not a single weakness in that starting 11. Manchester United literally do have that perfect mixture of young talent and experience all bundled together into a squad. Now remember, until we win the Caraboa Cup, we cannot compete for any other trophies. That means if we win the Premier League this season, it is completely null and void. However, there is a small chance we could get the double this year, because obviously the Caraboa Cup final comes before the FA Cup, so there's a chance we could get the double this year. But obviously we're not in the Champions League yet. We're in the Europa League still in Group E alongside Real Sociedad, Vitoria SC and Dundalk. Now obviously in real life United didn't win this competition. I believe Sevilla did, but I want to rewrite history and I want us to win this competition this year. While we're in January, and it's a good job we can't compete for the Prem yet, as we are 6th in the league after 20 games. That is bloody shocking. For the team we've got, we should easily be top 4. But the Caraboa Cup's looking good. We're in the semis against Bournemouth, and Liverpool are playing Blackburn Rovers in the other tie, so it looks like it's going to be a United-Liverpool final. And sticking Rashford up top was the right decision. 19 goals and 5 assists in 28 games. That's pretty good. And whilst Jadon Sancho's overall's gone up to 85 rated, he's only got 7 goals and 4 assists in 25 games. I was expecting a little bit more from him. And from Anthony as well. He's only got 6 goals and 3 assists in 27 games. What the bloody hell's going on with our wingers? Now, we have got 63 million to spend, but honestly, I don't think we need to spend it, because this is the team that's going to to finish off Season 1. And when you take a look at it, where would you actually put that money? Our backline's massively improved, so there's no point improving that. Our midfield duo's improved, our attackers have improved. We're doing well in the league, so there's literally no reason to spend any money on it. The only thing I can say is Onana hasn't gone up in overall, but he's only been with us for half a season. We've got to give the guy a little bit more time. But as it stands, we're doing pretty well. We're top 6 in the Prem, granted, but we're in the semis of the Caraboa Cup, and that's the most important thing. Let's hope by the end of this season, we'll have won the Caraboa Cup and we can climb up that ladder. Well, it's certainly a good job we're not competing in the Prem. We finished 5th at the end of this season, and we were nowhere near the title. When the time comes, we're going to have to pull out all the stops to beat Manchester City. They are truly unstoppable on career mode. But the good news is we have indeed won the Caraboa Cup. We've beaten Liverpool 4-3 in the final. That means we're climbing the ladder and we can now compete for the FA Cup, which we can actually do this season because the Caraboa Cup comes before the FA Cup. We can potentially get the double this year. And boys, that's exactly what we've done. We've beaten Chelsea 2-1 in the FA Cup final. So we're climbing the ladder once again and we can now compete for the Premier League. So it looks like we're going to have to do some serious work next year to try and catch up with Man City. And we've also won the Europa League, beating Bayern Munich 2-1 in the final. That's 3 trophies we've won this year with Man United. Erik ten Hag, who? But let's be real, when you take a look at this team, I'd be surprised if we didn't do what we've done this year. And the stats are absolutely outrageous. Marcus Rashford with 40 goals and 12 assists, 32 and 23 for Bruno, 21 and 5 for Anthony, 17 and 7 for Sancho, and 9 and 12 for Barella. This year, everything has come together so nicely. We've won the Caraboa Cup, the FA Cup, and the Europa League. What more can you want? But with that, we can now compete for the Prem next year, and with us finishing 5th at the end of this season, we've got to pull some major moves next year to even compete for the title. But if you're still watching at this point, consider dropping the video a like and hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 30,000 subscribers before the end of next month, so if you can help me out, that would be amazing. We're now heading into Season 2 of Manchester United, and when you take a look at this team, I think it's quite obvious where we need to improve it. Luke Shaw is by a mile the weakest link in this team now, and if we want to win the Prem this year, we've got to improve that position. And as far as Onana's concerned, I'm willing to give him one more season to improve more than 1 overall. If he doesn't next year, I'd be daft not to go for somebody better. And the budget we've been given is crazy. 346 million. Yeah, we're going to put that money to good use. And starting with the left back, I'm going for Nuno Mendes from PSG. 6 years younger than Luke Shaw, and he's already as good as him. Imagine what we could do with this guy in 2 or 3 seasons. And to be honest, we got him for a lot cheaper than I thought we would, as we've only spent 57.9 million on him. And with the signing of Mendes, the team now looks like this, and honestly, I've been giving this a lot of thought, and I think I know where to buy for. Last year, Rashford and Bruno were incredible when it came to getting goals and assists, but Anthony and Sancho were a little bit lackluster. And with over 250 million left, I'd be stupid not to try and sign somebody a bit better. And you guys have probably guessed it, I'm going for Neymar from PSG. He's 31 years old, 89 rated, one of the best players in the world, and it's just dawned on me, we're also rating PSG's players as well now. And he is indeed our most expensive signing yet, as we've just spent 97.5 million on him. And unlike Mason Mount, I've got to admit, Neymar looks bloody good in a United shirt. And the absolutely crazy thing is, we still have 181 million to spend. But the team now looks like this, and honestly, I don't think there's anywhere I can spend that money. This team is absolutely insane as it is. Obviously, I'm going to keep my eyes on Onana as the season progresses, but I'm hoping by the end of this year, he'll be at least 86 rated. But honestly, I think this team is more than capable of competing with Man City for that title this year. And obviously, because we won the Europa League, we're in the Champions League this year. We're in Group G alongside Marseille, Feyenoord and RB Salzburg. Now, as much as I would like to win this competition, it doesn't really make a difference if we do. Our main focus this season has to be the Premier League title if we want to climb that ladder. Boys, we just made it to January and we are first in the league halfway through the season. We are joint on points with Arsenal, but as it stands, it is looking really promising. It is actually really tight at the top. There's only 4 points separating ourselves from 5th place Chelsea. And the stats this year are really good. 16 and 7 for Rashford, 15 and 3 for Anthony, and 15 and 6 for Neymar. It looks like bringing him into the team was the right decision after all. Now, I'm in a bind here. We have 179 million to spend. And Onana is by a mile the weakest part of this team, so I'm in 2 minds whether to use that money to bring in a world-class keeper or just to put my faith in him a little bit more. I think if we're serious about winning the Prem this year, we have to spend this money. It makes no sense to just leave 178 million unspent in a season. And to be honest, I think I know exactly who I'm going to bring in. I'm going to go for French goalkeeper Mike Maignan, who currently plays for AC Milan. He's 28 years old, 89 rated. He is far better than Onana. And for 85 5.5 million, we have signed Mike Magnan on a 5-year contract. And with that, our transfer window's done, and this is the Manchester United team finishing off Season 2. And let's be honest, with the amount of quality in this squad, we've surely got to have the Premier League in the bag this year. It ended up being a 2-horse race, but we won the race. We won the Premier League this year. We have beaten Manchester City to that first place position. And you know what that means? We're climbing that ladder once more. We are now finally eligible to compete for the Champions League. But we did lose to Man City in the FA Community Shield final. But to be fair, we did beat them in the Super Cup. And we've also gone on to win the FA Cup. Imagine if we won the Champions League. That's 4 trophies won this year. Well, maybe not. Barcelona spoiled the party. They beat us 3-2 in the Champions League final. This team has turned into an absolute monster, and next year we are finally able to compete in the Champions League. And these stats are incredible. 34-17 for Rashford, 13-7 for Anthony, 26-12 for Neymar, and 20-15 for Bruno Fernandes. We've won 3 trophies this year: the Super Cup, the FA Cup, and most importantly, the Premier League. But obviously that means next year we're not pulling any punches at all. We are gunning for the best players in the world, and we are gunning for the Champions League. We're now into Season 3 with United, and would you believe that manager rating's actually weak? Bro, I won United their first Premier League title in years. What more do you want from me? But we've now won the Caraboa Cup, the FA Cup, and the Premier League, which means we can now finally compete for the Champions League. And taking a look at this squad, it is amazing, but I think we can improve it in a couple of areas. I think we bring in a better right back than Dalot and a better centre back than Varane, because as you can see, those two are the weakest parts of this team right now. But obviously Nuno is 87 rated as well, but he's 22 years old. He's just going to keep getting better and better. Once we sorted those positions out, we'll revisit the team and see how we can further improve the squad. This board is actually a joke. 435 million to spend. Something tells me I'm not going to use all of that this season. And starting with the centre back, I'm going for Brazilian international Eder Militao, who still plays for Real Madrid. He's 26 years old, 89 rated, and he's only got 12 months left on his contract. And for that reason, we got an insane deal, only paying out 80 million on the dot for him. And as for the right back, the obvious choice would be Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's 88 rated, 25 years old. However, I don't fancy Liverpool and United fans trying to hunt me down with pitchforks. So instead, I'm going for Pedro Porro, who's currently 24 years old, 86 rated. He's gone back to Sporting. That's a smart move. He was originally playing for Spurs. And for 92.5 million, we have signed Pedro Porro on a 3-year deal. And even after those signings, we still have over 240 mil to spend, and I'd be daft not to use it. So it's obvious there's nothing we can really do with that starting 11, which is why I'm going to focus my attention on the subs bench. Now, I think we need a better striker, because if anything happened to Rashford, God forbid, we'd have to rely on Martial, and I don't think he's up to the task. And let's be honest, with the money we've got, we can buy whoever we want, but there's only one player I've got in mind. I'm going for Barcelona's Victor Osimhen, who's 25 years old, 88 rated, literally the perfect second choice striker. And he is officially our most expensive signing yet, as we've just spent 130 million on him. And with that, our transfer window is finally done, and this is the Manchester United team going into Season 3. It's quite frightening how good this team has actually become. Let's just check out some individuals. 89 rated Martinez, 89 rated Anthony, 91 rated Rashford, and 92 rated Casemiro. Man, these boys are just on another level. At this point, we pretty much won everything with Man United apart from the Champions League, and that is exactly what we're gunning for this year. But first, we've got an opportunity of early silverware, as we've got Man City in the Community Shield final once again. Now, last year they beat us in this same match. This year, however, is it going to be our team? Hey, there we go. Finally, 5-4 on pens. We got our revenge. And to be fair, in the Champions League, we've got a fairly solid group alongside Napoli, Ajax, and Copenhagen. Now, realistically, United should top this group with flying colours, and that's exactly what I expect. But you cannot write off either Napoli or Ajax at the same time. Well, we've just arrived in January, and we are second in the league, 4 points behind first place Liverpool. And by the end of this season, I definitely expect us to win the title again. But the important thing is we've swamped Group B, and we are cruising to the round of 16. And to be fair, the stats are pretty good as well. 17-3 for Anthony, 14-10 for Rashford, and 13-6 for Neymar. Almost 20 goal contributions for each player in 20-odd games. That's pretty good going. And we do still have 112 mil to spend, but honestly, we really don't need to spend it. Which means I am leaving the team looking like this going into the knockouts. There is only 4 players in that starting 11 that aren't 90 rated, man. That's how good this team has become. In Season 1, we won the Caraboa Cup and the FA Cup. Last year, we won the Prem. This year, I am definitely expecting us to win the Champions League. And we're starting the knockouts against Juventus, and honestly, I have never been more confident going into a game before. Just look at how good our team is, man. If we don't pull off a victory in every single knockout game, there's something wrong. Why in God's name did I just jinx myself? Rashford in the 15th, and then Bellingham in the 74th, but they do have Nacho and Gatti out for the next leg, so that's a good thing. It's the second leg now, and let's try not to make me look foolish again. We definitely have the team to get past Juve. It's just a little bit of an error in the first leg. In the second leg, we do just manage to scrape past them 2-1. Bruno and Casemiro getting the goals, but boys, this isn't promising. And next up in the quarters, we've got Atletico Madrid, and again, I'm actually not all that worried. When you compare their team to our team, we should, on paper at least, absolutely flatline them. But it's alright saying it, we got to do the damage on the pitch, so we're going to get straight into it. And first up, we get a 1-1 draw again. Barella in the 44th, Gonçalo Ramos in the 78th, and it goes to the second leg again. Now, I expected us to do better in the knockouts. We've drawn 2 games out of the 3 so far. Boys, we need to be doing better than this, otherwise it could be quite oh my god. We've drawn our 3rd game from 4 and we only just get past Atletico on penalties. What is going on? I mean, I'm happy, don't get me wrong, but we should be doing better with the squad we've assembled. And next up in the semis is Barcelona, and if we had difficulty getting past Atletico, we are in serious trouble against these guys. We are away from home once again in the first leg. Let's hope this time we can actually pull off a win instead of a draw. Oh, for God's sake. Why can't we win in the knockouts? Why can't we just win? This is a must-win game. If we beat Barca now, we are in the final for the 2nd season running. If we lose, we got to do this all over again next year. And I don't fancy that, so come on, boys. Please, thank God for that. We do it convincingly, and Dallo got a goal as well, the absolute legend. And it's a true clash of titans in the finals. We face off against French giants PSG. And boys, we've done it again. We've gone back-to-back winning the Premier League. We were joint on points with Liverpool, but we battered them on goal difference. 2 Premier League titles in a row. Let the ball complain about that. But somehow, we lose to the bottle jobs in the FA Cup final. That just doesn't sit right with me. And these stats are bloody insane. 33 and 23 for Rashford, 27 and 7 for Anthony, 19 and 9 for Neymar, and 18 and 20 for Bruno Fernandes. We have created an absolute beast of a team, and honestly at this point I'd normally go through individual plays, but they're all as good as each other. And once again, I'm not playing this game. I think the boys are good enough to do it on their own. I'm going to kit back and hopefully relax and watch these boys become the best team in the world. Rally. Gonna play. This is quite nice football, to be fair. This is really nice football. Can we keep it? Yes, we can. Anthony's still on the ball over here, and he's been tackled just like that. Corner to PSG. It looks like they're going to go short with Mbappe receiving. What are they going to do here? Are they going to cross it? Ah, bloody. Oh, no, that's even better than what I was going to do. Okay. Nope. Oh, what a save from my man. Another corner to PSG. Once again, going short to Mbappe. Put a tackle in. Don't let him do that to you. Break his legs if you have to. Found Neymar. Back into Neymar. This is decent. This is decent. Come on. Oh, my God. Bro, come on, man. First touch into the box. That's 1-0 to us. It's so frustrating watching it because I know for a fact if I was taking charge of this team, we'd be 2 or 3-0 up by now. PSG have got the ball and they're playing it around so well, and it's annoying me the fact that we can't do this when we get on the ball ourselves. The only thing we're good at, really, is defending, because attacking we're shocking. So I've got all of their instructions sorted out. Right now, I need to look at the tactics. Now, pressure on every touch, I'm happy with that. We need a bit more depth. I'm going to go 55 depth. Slow build up, no. We need fast build up. We're not playing possession. We're going forward runs. That's how I want us to play football. Whether that's going to make a difference is a different story, but at least I've tried something. Marcus Rashford's got the ball. He's found that run from Mendes. Okay, this is a bit better. This is a little bit better. We're keeping the ball now. I say that, and then Anthony decides to back heel it to PSG. Martinez. Oh, no. Where are the defense? Oh, my God. Get it out. Oh my God, we have just got away with that. Rashford's on the ball now. He's one of the only players on the pitch actually doing something. Anthony, please get to that. You're quick enough. There we go. That's decent. This is decent. This is decent. This is actually really good. Okay. Play, please. Rashford. I was going to say, I was in genuine shock at why Rashford didn't just hit that, but luckily it fell back to him. Oh my God, I almost... Oh, boys, I can't watch this. Like, the build-up to this was phenomenal. Why would you not just hit it there? Like, why wouldn't you just hit it? I suppose in the end it doesn't really matter. We're 1-0 up. But boys, oh my god, this is so painful to watch. Now, hopefully we can continue to defend how we have been, because if we do, we should have this game in the bag, because PSG haven't really had a look in. I've got to admit, though, ever since PSG went 1-0 down, they have been hungry for a goal. My days, boys. That defending is amazing. Fair play. We have got just over 2 minutes left in this game, and we are lifting that trophy. Oh, Neymar's injured. Okay, PSG aren't winning the game, so they decide to take it out on their former player. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put Rashford on the wing, and I'm going to give the boy Osimhen a run out. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to make a change as well. I'm going to put Sancho on the wing as well. I'm going to put Christian Eriksen on instead of Barella. I think these guys need a run out. I mean, they'll get about 1 minute, but it's still a run out. And that literally was the last action of the game. Manchester United have officially claimed the title of being the best team in the world. And what makes it better, we finished climbing the ladder and we have officially won everything with Manchester United. And if you enjoyed this video, you should click somewhere right here to watch me do this with Chelsea.